And as far as the steps are concerned, I like to think of the steps as a ladder. I like to think of the steps as a 12-rung ladder, taking you up to the top. And what's waiting for you at the top of the ladder is serenity, or emotional recovery, as it's called in ACA. And my version of emotional recovery is not getting butt hurt over stupid shit. I think when we reach this place of serenity, we get to this place where we can learn to not sweat the small stuff. And life is much, much better at that point of view. With this ladder, I want to start with saying that before we come into any kind of recovery, before we come into 12 steps, before we come into therapy, usually we came out of an environment where there was some level of stress and tension. And I like to think of this stress and tension as like we are swimming in a pool of muck. And we've been in this pool of muck our entire life. So it is our norm. It is what we expect. It's what we know. We feel out of place if we are not in this muck, and we feel warm and comfortable here. We might complain about it. Others might complain about it, but this is our home and this is where we feel safe. So recovery is about climbing the ladder out of the muck to get to that place of serenity. And I don't know if anybody here has ever gone swimming off the coast or in a lake or gone kayaking, but I know one of the docks where I kayak off the coast, there's a ladder, and the ladder actually goes into the water. And if you're getting out of your kayak, you don't grab the first rung that you see. You actually put your foot in the rung that's underwater to get out of the boat to lift yourself up. If you try to second guess and go up too high, you're more likely to be unstable and you're going to tip over and fall in the water. And the reason I say this is because I think steps 1 and 2 in recovery are actually in the muck. You really can't see them. You have to kind of just trust that they're there and grab onto the first rung. And when you grab onto the first rung and you stand up on it, your head is now above the muck. You're still standing in the muck, but you have a view now. And with this view, you can see the muck. And step 1, in my terms, is, holy crap, I've been swimming in muck. And this is where we start to come out of our denial. This is where we start to see the unmanageability of our life and what the muck really is. Because prior to that, it's our norm, it's all we know. So step 1, high enough out of the muck to see it a little bit clearly and saying, holy crap, I'm in the muck. Step 2 is realizing, as we're a little bit farther out of the muck, that we need this ladder.